And Hangout is on the air. I just got my official notification, Ranalynn. So we are live for another chit chat Wednesday night, 7 p.m. I call this my chit chat because Jay golfs on Wednesday night. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be appropriate for me to have fun live streaming while he's golfing? And
absolutely.
I just want to show everyone my lei. I think this is so cute. So I am wearing my lei in honor of my very special guest, Ranalynn Naipo, and she is live all the way from Hawaii joining me. So Ranalynn, I don't think this is going to be a super pretty lei like the ones you have there, but I kind of like this lei. What do you think?
Oh, I like it. It's very colorful.
Very colorful. So I am absolutely super thrilled that you were on with me tonight. And I can tell that we have six viewers. I'm not seeing the live stream yet because it hasn't quite shown up yet on my stream. But I think everyone else, I think there are people out there. I think people can see it. And I'm trying to find
the room. We have Random Life Productions, Life with Lily, Mary Reed's got a wrench.
Wow, Mary Reed's out there already, right, with her wrench?
Yeah, oh, that girl is on it. I'm trying to convince Mary to get a channel.
And Ranalynn should be, she should be.
Lily, Mary Reed's got a wrench.
Whoops. Wow, Mary Reed's out there already, right, with her wrench. I'm trying to actually mute mine. Okay, cool. So now I'm seeing the chat, and I've muted my volume, which is surprising that it's like that. I couldn't mute my volume, but I am seeing the chat. So hey, welcome to Wednesday Night Chit Chat with my absolutely lovely Hawaiian friend, Ranalynn. Let me see those glasses. Are those heart-shaped glasses you have on?
Yes, girlfriend.
Wow.
Feeling fabulous today. Nice, sunny. It's 82 degrees, tropical. So far, there's nobody weed whacking the yard outside, so we're pretty good to do this live stream. Welcome, everybody, to Monika's live stream. Let's go ahead and give her a thumbs up.
Isn't that sweet? Ranalynn, she says, let's go ahead and give her a thumbs up. You know, I'll tell you, one of my very first live streams that I did when Random Life Productions was here, Ranalynn, I think, came on as our guest, and she was like all over it. She was sending out messages to Facebook. She had all these people come into the stream. It was, Gail and I were totally cracking up. It was so awesome. So, Ranalynn, you are a sweetheart, and I'm so thrilled that you're here with me. This is a really cool experience trying to figure out the live streaming and how we're doing it. And I was happy we were able to connect. And we were chit-chatting a little bit before, and we thought, for those of you who don't know this gentleman named Keith, from his channel is Eagle VP, but we totally cracked up, and we thought that this should be called the questions Keith wants to ask us, but can't.
Absolutely, we should do it.
We should set the rumors to rest, right?
Set the rumors to rest. Let's just get all of those rumors out of the way right
now. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see the comments. I am trying to see them. I'll put my glasses on and maybe I can catch some of them. So maybe out there, hello, Life with Lily, which is Sheila. And Random does have her wrench, so that's pretty cool. Sylvia Lee is out there. And Miss Kristen, I think I said that, and Mary, and Happiness Sparkles, hello. Oh, Eagle VP's out there. He must have heard us mention his name.
Yeah.
So we were going to ask the questions that Eagle VP wanted to ask the other night, but couldn't, right? Is that what we were going to do? I can't really remember.
Yeah, so the first thing I want to go ahead and do, I know everybody's thinking that I'm rude by having my sunglasses on. So if anybody out there is concerned on why this girl is wearing sunglasses, I had to go ahead and have some eye surgery, and I haven't recovered yet. So I'm not being rude in not having my glasses off. It's just that my stitches are still healing. So I wanted to go ahead and just get that out of the way. And I'll probably mention that off and on, so people are not thinking, what is that girl with those sexy sunglasses in Hawaii with those heart-shaped sunglasses? I wore it actually for Sylvia. because in her car vlog, she likes to wear, she has some heart-shaped sunglasses, and she got me turned on to them, so I have to wear them.
She's the thing. I watch her car vlogging, and she has these big sunglasses on, and she's just driving and talking about anything that comes up. I think she's absolutely adorable. I love watching.
She loves it. She loves
and did you watch today Random Life Productions? Gail went live. I only caught like, I don't know, like maybe 15 minutes of it, and she was singing on video. She was singing.
Was singing.
Amazing voice. I couldn't believe it. She's really a sweetheart. So
Gail can sing, girl. We didn't ever get into that last stream. Maybe she can sing a serenade for us in this video.
She owes me a song. She was supposed to sing a song, and she hasn't come through yet. Although maybe she might think today is her her song. You know, her day that she did the song. So anyway. One thing I wanted to ask you, because I haven't had a chance to watch your funeral video. What a horrible thing to say, your funeral video.
Yeah. Well, I think I used to work at a mortuary, because I didn't want to say the word funeral home.
Yeah.
You know, because, well, I just wanted to say, you know, I used to work at a mortuary, and that was actually my first occupation as a child, because I was actually brought home in a parents that own a funeral home. So for me, it came very natural. For a lot of people, like when I was in high school, they didn't want to hang around me because they thought it was kind of creepy to be hanging around a mortician's daughter. I don't know. Maybe they thought I was going to embalm them or something like that.
So, yeah, here's what I want to ask you. Just pretend I'm Eagle VP asking this question.
Okay, go for it.
So you hung around in a mortuary and all that. Did you actually develop any makeup application skills by doing up dead people?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh, I was afraid.
I actually had so much fun doing it, because my dad, you have to be certified in order to be in the embalming room.
Yeah.
What they do is that you have to be certified through the health department when they're prepping the human remains, you know, where they're taking out all the blood and replacing it with embalming fluid. And the whole purpose of getting that done is to preserve the human remains, so then the loved ones can go ahead and schedule their funerals to go ahead and pay their last respects.
You know,
Monika.
I have total respect for that, but that would just wig me right out. I'd be like, oh, I don't think I could do that. But
no, because then they transport the human remains into a dressing room where I could go in and critique my dad's work. And when I would see the women there, I would tell my dad, oh, maybe we should change up the lipstick color. Or I would ask the family members to bring their loved ones cosmetics, if it was either a male or female. Because if we're using the colors that they like to use, I would use their cosmetics and then just go ahead and put it at the foot of the casket, and it is just buried or cremated with them. But I got a lot of compliments. I mean, when I started helping my dad and I tell him I'd help out, people were looking at their loved one in the casket and said, boy, mom looks better dead than alive. So I guess I was doing a pretty good job.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, you must have been doing a really good job. So I can imagine that was quite something to practice makeup skills on a deceased person. I
think it's a little different because they're lying down, whereas when a person is sitting up, you can kind of tell, you know, where you should be putting, you know, the contour or the blush and everything. And basically their eyes are closed. So we wouldn't, you know, trying to put a mascara with somebody with their eyes closed, we have to use, we have to be just a little bit more detailed and a little bit more creative. But even with the men, you know, I would find a certain foundation color that would give them a little bit more life. Because when you're embalming them, you have to go ahead and replace the embalming fluid with a red embalming fluid, because then if not, they'll look like a ghost. I'm just going to say that. It kind of gives them a little bit more color.
I have to tell you that Eagle VP is in the room, and he's actually chimed in, and he said that you could dress him anytime. Keith,
cool.
Is your wife around, Keith? Mary, I can't see you in my chat. Is Mary Glitzy Fritzy there? I don't see her in the chat. But I can't see Mary. I can see Mary Reed, Eagle VP, Coco Noel, and Random Life. Oh, Random is telling Keith he's a bad boy. But Some people are saying chat is not working for them. I'll tell you, if you're on your iPhone, the chat is hidden by default. So you actually have to go all the way down, and then you'll see hide chat or unhide chat. You actually have to click it on to show the chat. Otherwise, it's hidden on your iPhone. I don't know if it's that way on an Android, but I know on an iPhone it is, which is a real pain. So anyways, back to your funeral, your mortician, whatever job. Was that your actual first job?
Yeah, well, actually, it wasn't my choice, because at that time in the state of Hawaii, you could actually get a working permit at age 14. So I just used to watch the coffee room for my parents and serve like refreshments and bring down my homework. But as I got older, I got very inquisitive. You know, naturally, I just got extremely inquisitive. And then from there, I started expanding myself where, of course, people don't end up passing away between the hours of 8 and 5. You know, they pass away at their homes, at a care facility, at an automobile accident. So that's where I went ahead and went from helping to dress the human remains to actually traveling with my dad to pick up the human remains at the scene.
Wow. So for everyone in the room, please thumbs up the video. I know we have like 20 people watching, but I can't tell how many thumbs up we have. I can't see that on. So please thumbs up the video. I truly appreciate it. And if you have any questions for Ranalynn or for myself, type them in the chat. I have a couple of moderators out there. If I don't see it in the chat, just, you know, say, hey, Monika, you know, we've got a question. I'll try to pay attention to it. But I'm always fascinated, you know, people's first jobs and the things that they did. I'll tell you what my first job, if you had to guess what my first job is, what would you guess? I'll put you on the spot. What do you think my first job would have been?
I would think probably maybe working for your parents.
Working for my, good guess. Anyone in the chat want to guess my first job? We'll see if anyone can guess my first job. I'll probably date myself by, hello, Monika and Ranalynn, can't unfreeze you. Wow. Huh. I don't know. Are we frozen to a bunch of people or just Mary Reed?
No, I'm getting a really good, clear connection here on my iPad.
Okay, are you able to see how many thumbs up we have? Because I can't.
I can't.
I can't turn off my dinger. Otherwise, I will lose my, if someone's saying they can hear my dinger every time my chat comes through. If I turn it off, I'll lose the volume on my laptop. I can't believe that.
Somebody said waitress, McDonald's fast food for you.
What was that? Somebody
making a guess on where you worked?
Yeah, I don't know. Has anyone tried to guess what my first job was? No. Oh, someone said a waitress. Somebody else said McDonald's. A babysitter. Well, yeah, I did babysit at a very young age. We have 13 thumbs up. We need a few more because we have 21 or 19 now. So here's my first job. Now I'm going to really date myself. Does anyone remember A&W root beer?
A&W, yes.
So anyway, there was a root beer stand, A&W root beer, where the car hops. We used to wear mini skirts and white boots. Ooh. And we would have these little hats on and these little aprons, and we would go out to the cars and take the orders and then bring the tray of root beer and hamburgers and hang the tray on the window. A&W root beer. Anyone remember that?
Yes.
That was my first job. And
yes.
I think I was like 15. I lied and said I was 16. Nobody checked my references. And I had that job. I loved that job. At the same time, I really wanted to make money. So at the same time, I went to work for W.C. Grant's, which was a department store. And I actually worked in their collections department. So by night, I was a car hop. And then in the afternoon after school, I was a bill collector. I mean, it was like really, really a wacky, wacky job. But I absolutely loved my A&W car hop days because I thought wearing those little minis, I had good legs back then, you know, I wasn't fat, but I had like today, like, so I used to wear these like little mini skirts and the white boots. And at one point we actually had roller skates. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
So I am dating myself, but that was actually my first job. It's like, why?
Okay.
other than baby.
Do you have any pictures that maybe you can do in a video on that?
So let me answer this chat question. Glitzy Fritzy, okay, if you can see this, I have to leave the chat. It's broken for me in 2 browsers. Same with Kristen. Huh. I can see your comment, Mary, but I don't know the answer. Oh, and Crimson Fantasy is out there. And, you know, and I have to tell you, Ranalynn, Crimson Fantasy is saying that Rana, he's calling you Rana, is looking fabulous.
Oh, thank you, darling.
And Amber and John Homestead's out there. I checked out Amber's channel. They were moving some sort of a trailer and it fell off. I cracked up. I could just imagine that would happen to me for sure.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so anyways, in Square Quid Bowls, hello, he says, I love A&W. I still have a passion for root beer and I still like to buy A&W root beer. It was the best root beer ever. And making those root beer ice cream floats back then, it was really, really awesome. Hi, Sheila. I guess a lot of people are having a problem with the chat. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Maybe it's the weather.
Yeah, it could be the weather. I don't know. The weather's pretty nice here. Can you see the green grass outside my window?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You like my lay? I know I already asked you this. So,
Jane, I know. Monika got laid. Monika?
Oh, yeah. Jane and I went to the beach and I gave these out at the restaurant to all the women. And I said, oh, I got to keep this because I thought of you, Ranalynn. So, yeah, so this is my little Hawaiian lei. It's kind of cute.
So you should go ahead and keep it. So for some reason you want to do a Hawaiian themed, you know, maybe sharing some of your makeup products and do a Hawaiian theme on it. Go ahead and keep the lei.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. So in our chat, I see Michelle, Cinnamon Girl. I see all sorts of people, but apparently a lot of people are having a problem with the chat. I don't know why. It might just be a YouTube thing. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Wow. And I guess maybe there were so many people that were streaming earlier, and I'm going to say Gail maybe broke the live stream option because she was on were you on for 3 hours, Gail? Is she still out there? I think she was live for 3 hours today. I was like, holy mackerel. Pictures frozen. Wow. Donna Ellis, she's remembering A&W. Deb Boy.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So a lot of people are YouTube's having chat issues because people are having issues connecting and reading the chat and too many live streams. So Ranalynn, I have another question for you.
Go for it.
So you worked in a funeral home or mortuary or whatever. What did you do after that? What was your favorite job that you ever had? Did you have a favorite job?
Actually,
having a job that's a favorite job.
Actually, I think, well, let me move my aloha right here. Actually, I think so far YouTube right now has been my favorite because I can be my own boss.
Yeah.
And create my own hours and I can be more creative and create videos that makes me happy. So I'm going to have to say that. But once I left the mortuary, because I knew that I had to eventually cut the cord from working with my parents. Yeah. Because you have your good things and bad things. Like I could go pick up my kids from school working for my parents, where if I was working anywhere else, I would have to have a babysitter or family member. But after that, I ended up working at Zales Jewelers. So when my dad used to go down and pay for my mom Zales bill, Zales Jewelers, I walked in with my dad, and just so happened the manager there said, wow, you know, your daughter's always nicely dressed and I always see her with jewelry. You know, we're hiring. Would you consider, you know, she asked me, would I consider working there part-time? And I went, absolutely. Who wouldn't want to go ahead and work in Zales Jewelers? So I worked there for 10 years. I was still working for my parents at night during a wake service. And during the day, I worked at Zales Jewelers.
Oh, wow. I would love
That's why I think I have this jewelry thing where I feel that even when I go out, I at least have to have my pair of earrings on.
I feel naked when I go without my earrings. So if I had a dream job, right now at my age, I would love to work in a jewelry store, or I would love to work in Ulta. I mean, I walk into Ulta and I look at those ladies and I'm going, I think I would love to do that. You know, that would be a fun job, I think. So,
yeah. In fact, I think it was 3 months ago when, you know, my subscribership was kind of going up and down. And I think 6 months ago, I applied at Macy's department store because I thought, oh, I would love to do the window displays and dress the mannequins and add accessories on there, whatever. But when I went for the interview, it wasn't something that I think would have ended up suiting me because corporate has their own style on how they dress their mannequins and what they think it should actually look like. But you never know. I mean, that might be something that they may want to go ahead and offer me a supervisory or management position. And I think they wanted somebody at 46,000. So when I came home and I told Jim, hey, somebody offered me a job, you know, for 46,000, he goes, but what about YouTube? I said, I don't know. What's going to happen to YouTube? I got to work at Macy's and do YouTube at the same time. So what I did was I went in and pitched to myself and said, I will only take this job position under these certain criteria. You know, I wanted my medical benefits. I wanted to work these specific hours. And if they could not accommodate that, because I still have teenagers, you know, I have Jim to take care of. He does a lot of traveling. I like traveling with him. So they weren't able to meet that criteria. So, well, I'm back to YouTube full time.
So how many kids do you have?
I have a 28-year-old son. He lives on his own. And he has 2 children. They're 9, and he just had, I think he has another one on the way. And then my 17-year-old, who now lives with my ex-husband, he's going to be turning 18 in August.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, but I've also raised 5 stepchildren. So I want to say 7 altogether. So 5 stepchildren altogether. And that's including Jim's 2 kids that still live home with us full time. And then my 2 biological sons. They're 18 and they're 28 and 18.
Wow. Wow. So
that's why you need hair color, because they give you great hairs.
Another question for you. So you have all these children, you've been you're a stepmom, and you've got your biological children, and you're focusing on YouTube and, you know, and all of that. I think that's wonderful. You have a very upbeat personality. I think that comes across. When I first connected with you on YouTube, I noticed a comment you left on one of my videos. I read the comment, I believe, 3 times, because I said to myself, this woman has watched this entire video, because I could see the comments, and you were talking about everything that happened in sequential order the video was playing. I was amazed at how detailed your comment was, and I went and I checked out your channels, and we subscribed back and forth. But you are probably so super engaging with your detailed comments. How do you find the time? I know you say that you don't work outside, you know, you don't have that 40 hours. But tell me what your secret is to having made your channel grow and be as successful. Because how long have you been on YouTube?
Actually, July of this year makes 1 year.
Wow. So in one year.
Yeah, so even though people look at my about page, it'll say I've been in there since 2009. But if you scroll back through my videos, my first video, which I don't like, but I'm just going to leave it up. That's my first YouTube video. And I think July this year makes 1 year.
Oh, awesome. So quick question from the chat room that I just caught. Amber and John Homestead. Amber is asking, she wants information on Ranalynn's shades. So I'm assuming she wants to know about your glasses. Maybe.
Yeah, those are from.
You want to know where she bought them? Can you type in your comment?
Yeah, these you can just, if you just go ahead and type in either on eBay or Amazon, heart-shaped sunglasses for women or unisex heart-shaped sunglasses, it'll end up coming up.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Amber, Did you hear that? She said she just bought them, I guess, off of Amazon. And thank you, Mary. Yes, we need some thumbs up. I don't think we have a whole lot of thumbs up because I think YouTube itself has been wonky on us tonight. So, and that's unfortunate. So anyway, for a little over a year, I think you've grown your channel, and I think you've grown, you know, and some people grow and they have a ton of subscribers really quickly. And then other people grow and they have subscribers, but they're a community, if that makes sense. You know, so I look at you and I look at your channel growth and I look at the subscribers and the engagement ratio. I look that you have built a community. And I think that's super, super awesome, because I look at the folks that have subscribed to my channel, and to me, they're people, they're my friends, you know, and I've recognized their names over and over again in my comments. And some of the comments are so heartfelt, it like tugs at my heart. And I start to, even the people that don't have a profile picture, I imagine what they look like. I start to have an association, and I just, yeah, it's a community. We're building a community. It's not just subscribers. It's not just numbers. It's a vibrant community. And you've been so super successful in a short period of time of building a community. So I think that's awesome. Did you?
Well, what I did was, if you notice, if anybody clicks on my channel, what I did was, after I did my 500 subscriber giveaway, my subscribers have going through a flux. You know, you go through this sub for sub. Oh, I subbed to you. You check, they didn't sub to you, kind of thing. And I keep the comment there. You know, I'll answer it and say, thank you so much for stopping by. You know, if they say, you know, hop over, check out my channel, you know, I'll hop over. If I'm interested, I'll subscribe. If I'm not, I'll just say a nice general thank you for stopping by, giving me a view count, you know, giving me a thumbs up. You know, the only thing I can't see is who is giving me a thumbs up in the videos. I can't see that. Can you, Monica, when you're looking at your comments?
No, I don't know. Right? Thumbs up. That's why I always say, as a creator, I have, and it depends. If I'm on my iPhone, I can usually do the heart. I can do the little love, but you know, it's kind of wonky sometimes. But as a creator, I always say, if you at least love a comment, that person gets a notification. But you can like a video and nobody gets a notification. So if you come on to my video and you don't watch my video, or you watch my video and you just, you know, give me a like, I don't know that you did that. There's no way that I can associate that thumbs up with you on that video. Yeah. Now, in our live chat tonight, you know, asking for the thumbs up, I know now we have I don't know, maybe 20 people. I don't know how many thumbs up we have. I'm hoping we have close to that, if not more. But
yeah, I think we will.
Yeah,
but what I did was, at one point, I think a lot of people who are stumbling across my channel, the first thing they tend to do is that they hone in on how many subscribers you have. And so what I did was, I talked to Jim, who's my fiance. He helps me with my editing. And I said, you know what? I want to turn up my subscribership until I reach 1,000. Because what I want people to do is, when they hop over to my channel, or they click on my thumbnail and they watch my video and they want to go in and subscribe, they're not going to judge me by how many subscribers I have. Right. I don't want them to look at me and go, oh, she's only got, you know, 900 subscribers. Oh, she's a small YouTube person. So I don't know. I want to go follow somebody that has more subscribers. And a lot of people don't realize that it's not your subscribers that make you money. It's your views.
Right.
That actually makes you money. So what I did was, after I did my 500 subscriber giveaway, I turned off my notifications, and that's where I found out that I had more people actually subscribing to me, because they can see how many views, total views, because I think I'm benchmarking slightly over 30,000 views total. So I like that, because that's slowly growing. Jim and I go over about once a week on my analyticals to find out what videos are being watched more than others. Of course, I always let it roll for like about 30 days, so I get a better kind of like overview on whether I should be doing a monthly favorites anymore. People don't want to see, because there's so many people doing monthly favorites, or, you know, what's in my trash can, or, you know, what am I repurchasing? So I think after July, I'm probably going to be revamping a little bit more, because a lot of people want me in car vlogs, and doing probably a little bit more vlogging and a little bit more beauty and reviews. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of mix and matching on that.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's kind of funny, because I came from more of a vlogging background, and I've been on YouTube for a long time. So I really hate to say, but since 2009. And as most people know, I'm in the real estate industry. So I'm a real estate sales broker. I've got a broker's license, but more importantly, I train. I do 99% of all the training company-wide, and then I also train for other companies and for our state association. So I started YouTube in 2009, and I started it basically for my real estate business. But I was using my videos, my localism type videos, and I would market it out to people that were thinking of moving to New Hampshire or Portsmouth, and I'd say, check this little video out, and I'd link it, and I'd always prepare them for, I'm an amateur, shaky little videos, but people seem to love it. And I actually had, I just had a fly. I actually had some engagement from my early videos, and I thought that was really, really cool. And Jay and I are RVers, so I have always had real estate and RV adventures. And then I just started to morph into the beauty, the skincare, the mature woman. So I have like those three, which right now real estate is the low man on the totem pole, and RV adventures in the middle, and the beauty reviews and beauty lifestyle, mature skincare, and all that seems to be what I really enjoy talking about a lot.
Yeah. Well, you just did a vlog where you folks went to go see some sand sculptures. Yeah. I like that. It kind of gives a different, it gets you away from your YouTube station, like when I'm car vlogging.
Yep.
And I feel like people want to see the scenery around me, especially since I live in Hawaii. So yep. I know a lot of people, what I'll do is that when I'm car vlogging, I'll turn the camera around so they can see where I'm going. So I think in July, I'm going to be going back over to Maui. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of filming, hopefully in the hotel room. And Jim and I are going to go over to this beautiful shopping center called Whalers Village. And I'm going to go check out the Swarovski store just for you. And go ahead and probably do a vlog. I got permission from the corporate office to be able to vlog in the Swarovski store, because I like to ask permission and not just walk in and vlog. So I think that'll be very interesting.
Oh, I would love to go in that. I mean, I've gone into a few of the outlets around here. I have a pair of earrings that I absolutely love that I bought there. When Jay saw how much I paid for those earrings, he was like, thought I was nuts. But yeah, jewelry is my.
Yeah, the last time we were there, I went there and I said, "Where are those earrings that Monika has? I need to look. I want to see how much they cost." And I mean, but the quality of it is excellent, and it shows up really nicely when you wear it on your videos.
Yeah, and like these, most of my jewelry, I bought quite a few pieces from Glitzy Fritzy's store, Mary.
Yes.
I like her selection. I buy more. I mean, I have a lot of really real pearls that my mother has given me a lot of pearl jewelry, and I love my pearls. I absolutely love my pearls, but I love custom jewelry. I'll go into TJ Maxx and I'll get these big dangly things, and I just love it. I feel vampy in some of those earrings. It's like, I really love that. So jewelry is my downfall for sure.
Yeah. In fact, when I first started off of my channel, I was doing a lot of accessories, because that's like my first passion. Because I used to work part-time during Christmas at Macy's, helping them decorate the trees, and decorating the store, getting them ready for the holiday season. So when I first started my YouTube channel, in the corner of the living room, I used to go ahead and share my accessories, and I wasn't really getting a lot of views. But then I think that when you first start off with YouTube, not unless you're really advertising yourself on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, sharing your videos on social media and Google, making sure you're tagging your videos. That's a big thing. A lot of people don't tag their videos very properly. So when people are looking for something specifically, they can't find you for a review. That's really important. But I'll probably jump back into a few accessories, because when Jim is doing my editing, he said, I can actually see the spark in you. Like when I did Mary's jewelry review, he said, I could see that you had so much fun just filming that video, because it was accessories, it was jewelry. I didn't have to worry about, am I applying the foundation the right way? Am I swatching the lipstick the right way? Am I getting flashbacks for the camera? And I had so much fun filming that. I had a lot of fun filming it.
I think watching, I like watching a lot of different types of videos. I mean, I love the beauty reviews. I love knowing what skincare people are using, but I always feel like I get to really know them when I see them out and about. So yeah, I've never met a lot of the folks that I watch on YouTube, but I can imagine what they might be like if they're at a restaurant. So I got a super kick when I saw Mary Ellen after 60, and she had gone to Canada and she connected up with Natalie, the beauty diva, and it showed the both of them talking. I thought that was really, really awesome, and you could almost get a feel for their personalities as real people, which I really liked. So I think the combination of doing a vlog video, showing your lifestyle, and then your beauty reviews, and then just talking about things of interest, I think that makes you a real person, and I think that's what people are going to want to connect with, in my opinion. So Jay and I are going on vacation, and we normally, right now, I always say to people, my son, he's got like 3 big Rottweilers, so I'm stocking up on the food, because they stay here. But Jay and I are taking off in the RV, and we're going to the coast of Maine. We're going to Boothbay Harbor, Maine, to a little island off of Boothbay Harbor called Southport. It's accessible by drawbridge only, or swing bridge, something, drawbridge. Anyways, I'm going to be vlogging from there. Wi-Fi might be spotty, but I'm going to be vlogging from there. Our campsite's on the edge of the water, and you can see the ships, the boats just go by as they're coming in and out of Boothbay Harbor. It's going to be awesome. I just love it. So in July,
I like watching your vlogs, because when you folks were in the car in your last vlog, and you got Jay in there.
Yeah.
I thought it was really nice, because then I'm able to see both of you outside from your office.
Yep.
Or Jay away from his baseball paraphernalia kind of thing, and see the both of you interacting with one another. I like that.
Yeah, Jay's a really good sport. So when the two of us go out, I call it M&J RV Adventures and Misadventures, because something always gets wonky when we go out. But he's a good sport. He has his own channel, and he does a lot of sports, and he also does some vlogging, but mainly he does a lot of sports talk. He should have been a sports announcer. That really should have been his profession, because he's so good with it. So I'm going to try to catch up on the chat again. I think I've lost some of the chat. Oh, I have no connection, it's telling me. That's wonderful. So I don't mean to be ignoring folks in the chat, but YouTube is definitely wonky tonight. Can you see the chat, Ranalynn?
Yeah, we still got Mary Reed in there. She says she loves Swarovskis. We got Bonnie Lemon, TJ's Workshop in there, Angela Lomax.
Okay. So the chat seems to be working for some people. I'm seeing we have 18 viewers. I have no idea how many thumbs up, but apparently it is working for some people. So that's cool. I didn't know if we would lose everybody, but yeah. So another question for you.
Okay.
And now we'll get on to skincare. What is the one thing that you cannot do without in your skincare regimen? What is that one item that
I have it right here.
Ooh, you sound prepared.
Well, you're like the skincare queen, so I have to go ahead and do it. So my friend got me turned on to Miriam, and it's a day and night regimen. And I've been using this like for the last 9 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
Obviously I had a few companies that went ahead and sent me some stuff, like I've talked about this Mason Naturals collagen cream. Yeah. I've been putting this on hold, using this for 30 days. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a review, and then get back to the company. And if they say that, they're going to give me a thumbs up to go ahead and do a full review on it, I'll get 2 actual jars on it. I'll keep one for me and do another one for a giveaway. Because I feel that I'm the kind of person where a true review is actually wearing the product for more than 30 to 45 days, seeing whether it'll acclimate to your skin, because we all live in different climates. I mean, I live here in Hawaii. It's always hot. There's a lot of humidity here. So what might work for me might not work for you. What might work for you might not work for me. So I've been using this Miriam for like the last 9 years. I have it on auto ship. Oh, wow. Go ahead and come in. So I use the night one I use the night one here, and I love that it comes in a pump, and it has a little cover here so the air won't end up getting in. Because I don't mind if it comes in a jar, but I prefer that if it came in a pump. I mean, the downfall with it coming into a pump like this is that I can't see how far or how low it's actually getting. Whereas if I go ahead and open up the jar, one, I'm adding air or oxygen in it, which can actually ruin the product if you're not using a sterilized spatula. But again, I can also see how much product I actually have left. So there's also the pros and cons there, but I'm trying that. And then I also been trying this cranberry blueberry oxygen facial scrub. So I've been trying that as my facial scrub at night.
Wow.
And seeing how that's working out for 30 to 45 days. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you the empty jar and go ahead and give you my review on that. Because the one thing that really irritates me, and it's like a pet peeve for me, is when people say that they're using something. Now, if they say I've been using it, you know, I have another jar here. This one's empty. I got another one I just ordered. It's working for me. It's fine. But there are some content creators out there that makes it very questionable when I'm watching it. And I think their true transparency tends to come through when they're saying they're using something. It's like, I've been using this product for 30 days. And then they open up the jar and it's still full. How can you be using the product for 30 days and the jar is still full?
Right.
And I'll go ahead and type that in the comment. I'll be gracious and say, oh, that must be your second jar that you're on. You know, how has it been working for you? And I'll shoot them a question and see whether they'll get back to me. I always tend to ask people maybe a question or two in there and see whether they're going to get back to me on that.
So I just put these this on to see if you guys, can you still hear the tinging for my chats coming in?
No.
Okay, so maybe this will solve the tinging. I don't know. If you can still hear it, I'm hoping that makes it go away. But so I agree with you, Ranalynn, as far as, you know, using a product. I mean, I have some products that are sent to me, and to me, it's like I sometimes will talk about something, you know, here is what I'm using. I've only been using it for a few days, and I'll come back and look at it, you know, 6 weeks, 8 weeks later. But I really think you have to use a product for quite a while for you to really know whether something is working for you. Like, for example, my first impression of the Ordinary's foundation, when I got that, I was like a kid in a candy store. I wanted that foundation and I couldn't wait to get it. I got it. And when I first put it on, it was like so yellow. It was like so gross. And I said, oh my God. So I washed it off and I took the neutral color and I put that on. And it really covered. It was good, solid coverage. And I thought, okay, the neutral color is not too bad. It's heavy. It covers up. And I thought that was good. And I said that in my initial video. And then after using it for 4 days or 5 days, I'd come home, I'd look in the mirror and I'd be going, gross. It was like, I could see it. It was awful. It did not work for me. So I did an updated video. And I know some people love it, but it just, I don't know, maybe I'm just too old, but it just did not work for me at all. And I'd rather say that, you know, and sort of retract, because you can't really tell in an hour how something is going to be. Can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 51.
You're 51?
5'1".
Wow. Do you have any wrinkles?
Yeah.
You do?
That's why you notice the camera's a little farther away.
So is that the trick? I should move further away.
Maybe we should both move farther away.
Yeah, your skin looks totally amazing.
When I first started off with YouTube, I used to be in the corner of my living room and the camera was a little closer because I used to do, you know, like a lot of close-ups. But the problem with that is getting your camera to focus, because if you're holding up a product and then you start applying it, obviously there's some editing going on because you apply it with a brush, it doesn't go on well. You're grabbing your beauty sponge, you know, maybe it goes on better with a beauty sponge. And I notice a lot of people do that. They'll apply maybe one side with a brush, the other side with a beauty blender. Now, to be honest, sometimes, you know, I put it on with my fingers first and then go over with a brush and then kind of fine tune it with the beauty blender, because I think it helps to kind of set it a little bit. Kind of makes it look a little bit more porcelain. Yeah.
You know, I hate to say this, but I'm a finger girl. I have brushes and I have sponges, and sometimes I say, okay, use the beauty blender thingy, and I wet it, and then I have a couple of really expensive brushes that I got in like my my kits.
Yeah.
I go back to my fingers, and to my fingers are the I don't know. I mean, that's what I use. I also put my mascara on, totally opposite of everyone else in the world. I get up in the morning, literally, I have no makeup on. I wash my face. I do my serums. I come into the living room and I have my primer with me, my eyelash primer, L'Oreal. And then I have my IT Superhero Cosmetic brush, and I have a mirror. I was going to show you the mirror, but I don't know where it is. I have like just a magnifying mirror. I have my coffee, and I prime my eyelashes, and then I do my eye mascara. And I sit there and have my coffee. I'm watching the news. I'm catching up on videos, and I'm putting in all my mascara, my superhero, my lashes, my lower lashes, and I look like a raccoon because I'm messy in my application. Then I get up, I go in the bathroom, I take a little Q-tip, I dip it in my little oil-free thing, and I dabble off the excess, and I have eyelashes. Nothing else, naked face, but I have eyelashes.
Yeah.
And then
you apply your mascara first?
I do. I'm wacky. I'm totally whacked out like that. I don't know if anyone, I don't know. You know what it is? I mean, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of eyeshadow on right now, but I every day, and you know what the reason being is that when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. So I literally, sometimes I was, I'd go on the bus and I'd be putting on nothing but mascara. That's all. I'd never put anything else on, and maybe some white lipstick, but then I would wipe it off. So I was just used to really quickly applying mascara without anything else, no shadows, nothing.
Yeah.
And to this day, as an adult, that's my routine. I wish I knew if anyone else ever does it that way, but I do my eyelashes totally before I do anything else.
You know what I think it is that when we're doing a get ready with me, a lot of people feel that they need to do it the YouTube way, where you put your moisturizer, you put your primer, you put your foundation, you put your concealer, whether you're baking, and then you put your blush. But everybody has their own routine. To me, if you have a certain routine that works for you, do you.
Right. I just think it's just a weird thing that I do, and I don't know if anyone else. I can't see the chat at all. My chat is totally hidden for me for some reason. So I can't tell if we have questions or what. But if anyone else, Granny Monster, Ranalynn looks. Oh, thank you, Granny Monster, saying we're looking lovely. I just saw that comment. I see you, Granny Monster. I saw your chat. It just now showed up. The chat is so wanky. Mary Ellen, I always apply really, Mary Ellen, you do? Mary Ellen says she does the same thing. Wow. That's I don't feel alone because I literally do that. And Jay cracks up because I have my little magnifying mirror, and I sit in this chair, my coffee, and I'm putting on my L'Oreal primer, and then I go to town with my IT Superhero mascara. I love that IT Superhero mascara. Oh my gosh.
I've also seen a lot of people where they'll put on their moisturizer, primer, foundation, concealer, and then they put on their lipstick, and then they go ahead and put on the rest of their makeup. Or they'll do their eyes, and then they go ahead and put on the foundation, so that way they're able to clean up if there's any fallout, and then the lipstick is the last thing. I like putting on my lipstick because I feel like I'm just washed out. So and then I'll put on my eyes last, because I really don't wear a lot of eye makeup, and a lot of people always ask me, why do you own eyeshadow palettes if you don't wear a lot of eye makeup?
Yeah.
I said, well, I do some of it for reviews, and then I give it to Jim's daughter, which she's just thrilled that she's getting all my eyeshadow palettes. But I feel like less is more as we're getting older. I want to look age appropriate on YouTube. Also, the way people see me on YouTube, when I'm out and about, I want people to be able to see the same thing when I'm also running into my local CVS, when I'm in a Mac store buying cosmetics or Ulta, Sephora, I'm the one them looking at me and going, girl, you look nothing like yourself on YouTube. What happened? Kind of thing.
I think you want to be recognized. At least I do. I want people to say, oh, yeah, that is Monika, so, and yeah, I mean, if you're, in a setting that's sort of stage, you're doing a product review and you got your lights and all that stuff, you might look more made up than you would if you're running to Hannaford's, but you still want to be recognized. And I think I agree with you, less is more, but the only thing I have an issue with at times is the age appropriate. I was watching a video just the other day, and it was a younger woman, and she said that at a certain age, you got to ditch the black eyeliner. Now, other YouTube creators have said the same thing in their video, so it isn't just this younger chick saying that. Yeah. But I cannot give up my black eyeliner. And really? And now it becomes a joke. I've got to have my black eyeliner. And she was saying it makes your eyes look smaller, it makes you look older, and she's probably correct, but I give me my eyeliner. I'm not giving that black eyeliner up for anything. I don't care. So, and I also can't wear red lipstick, so,
See, I like my bold colors. I used to try using a nude, and it just washes me out with the ring lights. I look like a ghost. In fact, when I do go out and I'll take off this shade of like purplish pink color, and I'll wear like a nude lip, people will look at me and go, are you feeling okay? You're looking a little pale today. You don't look right. Or you look kind of washed out. Are you feeling okay? I'm like, I'm taking off that lipstick. I'm putting on my regular bold lipstick.
So if I were to meet you, is your personality in real life the same as you are on camera? Are you as vibrant and bubbly? Do you ever have a downtime where you just want to, like, leave me alone?
In fact, I always tell Jim that when I'm in a mood for filming, I'll probably be able to film like 5 videos in a row. I have to be in a mood in order to film, because I feel like if not, my body language, my facial expression, because 80% of what is coming across is 80% in body language. So if you're like, okay, today we're going to be talking about this, and I don't have time today, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it, I'm going to click out of your video. But if it's like, hey, today I'm going to go ahead and, talk to you about this certain product right here, and you're spunky and you're lively, and I'm clicking on their video, the first thing I want to do is click out. I want to go film a video, because they just got me into the mood of filming.
Yeah.
They just really just got me into the mood of filming. So also watching other content creators that are probably really bubbly just energizes me. It's like, I can be watching it at 1 o'clock in the morning, and Jim goes, what are you going to do? I said, I feel like filming a video after watching this person. they just put me in the mood.
Yeah. My personality is I tend to smile a lot, even in real life. So sometimes I'm like, I got to watch my smile, because people can see, even when I'm trying not to smile so much, people can still see me smiling. I don't know if it's my eyes or what, but so I sometimes have to be really careful that I just like stop smiling so much, or watch your facial expressions, because my expressions are pretty easy to read. At least Jay says they are. He can tell when I'm angry. He can tell when I'm happy, because he lives with me, so he should, right?
Well, I noticed that Jim and I played back our live stream that we went ahead and did when I did my test live stream.
Yep.
And he said, boy, you're more carefree when you're live streaming, because you don't feel like you're scripted. Like when you're talking about a product.
Yep.
You have to make sure the pronunciation of the name of it, the do's and don'ts. How does the company want you to apply it? Which, half of the time I don't follow the directions that the company tells me.
Right.
If it works for me and I can leave it on for an extra 5 or 10 minutes and it works for me, that's fine.
Right.
I mean, I think they give you general instructions, but when I'm doing my Saturday morning chat sessions, that I would have to say is my favorite, because I actually talk in my Saturday morning chat sessions for 35 minutes. I'll put a little timer, and Jim tells me, you gotta set a timer, because once I start talking, I just can't stop talking. And then I tell them, well, now you need to edit that down to like 12 minutes.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
doing this live stream, I like it. You know, Jim said maybe you should do a product review. You and Monica should do a, you know, like a product review and go live stream and do like a first impression, maybe on a lipstick or something, or, you know, like an eyeshadow swatch or something. To me, that would be like a first true impression on your
Right.
face. If you're just swatching
we could
and it didn't
compare
swatch.
lays. We could compare our lays.
I think so.
You know, I like the live stream, and I'm feeling really bad because in the comments, it's not just this stream. I guess YouTube wide right now are having issues in live streams and comments not showing up and freezing. So what I'm seeing in our comments, people are still having issues. Crimson Fantasy, he's still out there. Mary Reed, she keeps saying thumbs up the video. I have no idea what we have for thumbs up, but we currently have 20 viewers, and we've been going back and forth between 17 and 22 from what I've been seeing. Of course,
so is it just you and I in the room? Is anybody else going to jump in?
I can try to invite somebody else in, but we've been going for just about an hour. Does anyone want to come in, hop in the room? I'll send you an invite if we're connected on Google, that is. So I don't know that.
You want to invite Crimson in the room?
I don't know. Do you dare to have Crimson in the room? I don't think Crimson and I are connected. Are we? And Pauline Just Living popped in the stream. Hey, Pauline, how is your hair? I haven't seen. She was doing her blonde hair today. Look at my hair is a mess. Oh, my gosh. Pauline was dyeing her hair today, and she was either going to go blonde or brunette. What did you end up doing, Pauline? 28, Mary Reed says. 28 thumbs up. Awesome. We need to hit 30.
Yes.
So we need a few more thumbs up. And Vinny is in the room now. I have been sitting on some of Vinny's live streams. He's done at least the last two, I think I sat through. And
Crimson said that he's too nervous.
Oh, Crimson, I would be nervous too with Ranalynn.
Crimson, we won't fight. Come into the
room. Crimson is going. Oh, he's going to be, uh-oh. So, Pauline, what color is your hair? I'll have to watch it. She's got a video. She's not going to share it, I guess. I have to go watch her video. But anyways, Vinny, he fixed his wife's high heel shoes. When I actually saw his video thumbnail on the high heel shoes, I thought this was going to be a really racy video. And it was all about how he was fixing her spiked high heels. I thought, what a guy. My husband would never fix my shoes like that. I'd have to bring them somewhere or toss them. So, hey, yeah, so Vinny was pretty cool fixing his wife's high heels like that.
Oh, how nice.
Pauline just gave us, I think she gave us a thumbs up. At least she's showing thumbs up in her comment. And JD says she can comment on the phone, but not on the computer. So JD and I need to work on connecting because I wanted to get her in a room with us because I think she'd be awesome. Do you watch JD with her sweet Southern accent?
Yes.
She is a hoot, I'll tell you, the Southern chick.
Yeah, she's a natural on YouTube.
Yes, she is very, very natural. And I loved how she shared her cruise that she went on. I thought that was really awesome. So Mary Reed's going thumbs up for the video. Oh, thank you, Coco Noel says, I look fabulous. You like my lay? I can't get over that. This is actually called a lay. I'm like thinking, really, is that the real name for it? And it is, huh? That's wild. So Crimson, I don't know how to get you in. Let's see. Can I add Crimson Fantasy? I'm going to try. Let's see if that works.
Bring Crimson into the room. Let's ask him some questions.
I don't think Crimson and I are connected. Yeah, he's not popping up at all.
Is he hiding?
So, yeah, we have to be connected on Google Hangouts for me to type his name in, and then he could pop in. So I'm going to have to work on connecting up with him afterwards so I can pop him in. But other than that,
he said, let me set up my camera. Give me a few minutes.
Crimson, we aren't connected, so I don't know how to get you in. He's going to try to set up his camera, right? Is it what he said?
Yeah. He said, give him a minute.
But he said, give him what?
Give him a minute or so.
Yeah, but I'm not too sure that I can invite him in. But because
So is
when
Kitty golfing today?
He's golfing. He's golfing on his Wednesday night golf league. So
if it's dark there, is he golfing in the dark?
it's almost dark, right?
Yeah.
You can't really see my green trees that much anymore. It's 8 o'clock, so he is probably done, and he's probably enjoying the what do you call it, the 19th hole.
Yeah.
You know, when they're all done and they sit in the clubhouse and they have a beer.
Yeah. Happy hour.
Is that what it's called? Yeah, he's probably enjoying that. He's also the he plays in this league, and he's the scorekeeper. So he keeps the website and he keeps the score for all the guys. So he's.
Can you put the link of this video in the chat for Crimson?
I don't know that I can do that. I don't really know if I can do that. Because I can't, Crimson, let me see, send an invite. See, every time I'm typing in Crimson Fantasy, and you wouldn't believe, I'm hoping this is you, Crimson. It doesn't look like, is there another Crimson Fantasy? This guy doesn't look like Crimson. If somebody bad pops in the room, we're going to have to leave, because I just sent an invite to somebody named Crimson Fantasy, and it doesn't look like my Crimson. Did you get it, Crims? If he did, he's not popping in. But anyways, hey, Mary, thank you so much for all the cheerleader out there saying thumbs up.
Well, did Gail go to bed already?
Will what?
Did Gail go to bed?
Gail went to bed. She was having a major problem with it freezing in the chat. And you got to figure in England over there where she is, oh my gosh, I think it was probably midnight or something, or 1 o'clock. And then she's got to work. So, Crimson, did you get that invite? I'm really nervous of who I invited. If it's not Crimson. If it's not him, gosh, no, I don't know who's going to be popping in. But I see Pauline. I see Vinny. So if you haven't connected to Vinny G, you should check out his channel. He's pretty cool. He's a cool dude.
Ooh, I'll do that.
Yeah. Crimson Fantasy sent you an invite.
Send you an invite.
I sent you an invite, Crimson. Let me see. I think maybe it was the different Crimson. Is there more than one Crimson? I will do it again.
We got 37 thumbs up. Yay!
So I don't know how to get him in here.
Can you cut and paste the link and put it in the chat?
I'm trying. I'm trying to do that. And I really don't want to paste it in the chat, but.
He said, now we are connected. You opened my invite.
I what? What did he say?
Now we are connected. You opened my invite.
I did. Crimson. I'm going to try it one more time. Oh my gosh. Crimson. Is this really you? How's that?
He has a very dark profile picture.
It's a scary profile picture. I just sent him another invite.
It's very dark.
It's a scary profile picture, Crimson, if that's you. I don't know that that's him. But anyways.
We're waiting.
Anyways, if it really is the Crimson, I sent him an invite. I don't know how else to do it, you know, I mean, from being live at this point in time, being on the air. But anyway, so we have 19 watching. It's probably all the girls. Every single one of them wants to see how we treat Crimson, who is known, he's a known bad boy out there, I think, isn't he, Pauline? Didn't he? Not Pauline. It was, who was he? Oh, it was Marta. It was Marta that Crimson, she had to tell him to behave a couple of times, right?
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, Crimson is obviously not getting that invite I just sent, so he might have a different ID. So anyways, I'm trying to see if there's any questions out. Big internet difficulties are still going on. So Pauline, you did your video with your hair color, I gather, right? So I have to go find that and watch it. Do you follow Pauline Just Living?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she's she has a sense of style that just does not quit. I bet you that woman could wear a paper bag and pull it off. I mean, literally. She just knows how to.
I see her a lot on Gail's live streams, right?
Yep. She's on a lot of Gail's live streams, and she's just a really nice. She's in Canada, and she's just she's a nice lady. And, you know, she's got a bunch of doggies, and she does a lot of vlogging. She does a lot of car vlogs, or at least she used to do a lot of car vlogs. I haven't really seen too many lately. But Crimson, did you not get my invite? I invited you twice. Actually, I'm trying to see if this is the same profile picture. I don't know. Huh. I can't tell if I'm going to see if I can do it on my iPad. If I go into Hangouts on my iPad.
Yeah.
And see if I can get Crimson. Crimson Fantasy. I don't want to disconnect you. That's my own problem. I don't want to. I want to make sure that. I mean, it shows that I am connected to Crimson here, but he's not able to get on into the chat room for some reason. I'm not too sure. Crimson Fantasy. If this doesn't work, this doesn't work. I don't know. I don't think it worked.
Well, Crimson said if you send it in the chat, I can get it and then delete it from the link.
That's the problem is I'm not too sure I can figure out how to do that from the chat. That's what I was trying to do, was trying to add. Wow, Crimson Fantasy. Go to channel, report, add as a moderator. I don't know if I want to add him as a moderator. He might just be. I can see you here, but I can't seem to. Where would I find the live link? That's what I can't find, is to find the link for the channel, for the video.
Because I think you probably see it on the top if you're streaming on your laptop, but not probably on your iPad. Don't you have an HTTP link on the top of your laptop?
Yeah, let me see. Woo,
I sound
scary.
like I know what I'm talking about. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
All right, so now I've got it. And the problem is I can't see my chat.
He said hover your mouse at the top.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing my chat because I'm on 2 different devices. So I have to go to my YouTube channel and open up my video and do it that way, because I'm not on the same device. I'm on 2 different devices, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah, try it that way.
So, whoops. All right, Crimson, here it comes.
Ooh, here it comes.
I think it's coming. And then I want to make sure I delete it. Otherwise, we're going to have a ton of people hanging around, which will be interesting.
Okay, I see it.
You see it?
Yeah,
so you're going to be in for a treat, you know, if Crimson actually does jump in.
I want him to jump in.
I know you do. You want to really, you know, really talk to that guy. So Crimson, where are you? My husband's going to go.
Where is Crimson? Where is Crimson?
I can see it. It's still out there.
Crimson, Crimson, Crimson.
Hi.
Is he there?
Yes, Monica, I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
We
oh
did
my
it.
Gosh. Hey, Crims, welcome to the dark side.
I love it.
Your first time on a Beauty Diva channel.
I know it. It's my first time, so go easy on me, guys.
Oh, Ranalynn has been itching to get at you, so I have no control over how she's going to behave.
Well, that's okay. I'll try to behave myself. You know, I'm around a bunch of ladies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're sitting there in the dark. We can't see you. You need to turn a light on so we can see what color your eyes are.
Well, it's just because,
show us your pretty eyes.
I know. I have like little eyes. They're like so small.
Well, show us your pretty little eyes.
Ranalynn, I can't believe you should take your glasses off and bat your eyelashes at Crims. So
I have to say I really like your sunglasses. They look really cool.
Doesn't she look awesome?
I normally don't wear sunglasses, but I'm recovering from some eye surgery, so that's the reason why I have the sunglasses on.
Well, I'm glad that it went well. What happened, if you don't mind me asking?
Actually, I went for you know what is really good about YouTube is that I think I was doing an up-close tutorial, and one of my subscribers noticed that I had like a raised area to the side of each of my eyes. And
really?
I was like, oh, maybe it's just some swelling of some kind of whatever. And I started paying attention more because when you're editing your videos, you become your biggest critic when you're editing your videos.
It's
so the
true.
next thing you know, I started kind of feeling around and everything. And you know, thanks to my subscribers, I found out that I had a small tumor in each of my eyes. So if I was never on YouTube, I probably would have just shunned it off. And I had to go in and have it removed. So I really want to, you know, YouTube actually saved my vision. So I'm just recovering from the stitches. That's the reason why I have the glasses on. So when I talked to my fiance and I went to the eye doctor for my exam, you know how they're able to take a picture through your eyes? Yeah, when they numb you and everything. That's where they found the tumors. And it came back where it's not cancerous. So thank you.
Oh, that's good. That's why I wanted to know. I was concerned. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If not for my subscribers telling me about, you know, giving me constructive criticism and I was paying more attention to my eyes, I never probably wouldn't have went for a doctor's appointment. So that was like a blessing in disguise with being on YouTube and doing all my makeup tutorials.
It's true. You know, like YouTube, like, you know, you hear so many stories of people on YouTube. They're like, oh, it's changed me for the better. You know, I've learned new skills and everything else. Same with me. It's like, I never thought in a million years I'd be rapping in front of like people or, you know, all this other stuff. And it's thanks to YouTube for that. Like, you know, there's just, you know, a couple of people that influenced me to do it. But it was always something I did like off camera, you know what I mean, as a kid.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you confidence. You learn new skills, like everything else. We all had to learn editing, I bet.
Yeah. I really don't like editing. Thank goodness my fiance does about 80%. Because if I have to edit out my videos, it'll be a 2-minute video. I'll just chop the end. You know, intro and, you know, ending, intro, 3 minutes in between, and that'll be it. Because I'm my biggest critic. Because when you're watching it on a big laptop and you're editing it, you know, I mean, for us women, wake up. You're like, oh, you know, I think there's something on my face, and you become so critical. And my fiance will say, it looks fine. You know, stop pointing it out. Now that you pointed it out, I'm paying attention to it. Or, you know, but, you know, we become our biggest critic when it comes to editing.
It's true. It's that one thing. And it's like, you know, like to the untrained eye, no one will see it. But it bugs you. I know what you're saying. It'll just sit there. And, like, I'll have to redo something or, like, you know, change it to a fade instead of, like, just the jump cut, you know?
In fact, when I just got done watching Monika's video where she was standing up in her office, and the first thing that came up was her apologizing about her ring light in the reflection, I think, of one of her pictures on the wall, right, Monika?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video, yeah.
See it. And I was
never
like,
would have noticed it if she didn't point it out.
But we've all been there, absolutely, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I looked at that and I thought, oh, it looked really awful. And then I turned the ring light off and you could see how much darker it was in the room. And I'm thinking, that's not good, you know. So I left it on. But yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm not you know, I edit my videos using iMovie on my MacBook Pro usually. And I try to edit out a lot of the long pauses if I have any.
Yeah.
But in general, I like to shoot and go. You know, I don't like to do a lot of heavy video editing, although I will do it if I have a long pause and I'm like, oh, really? You know, you gotta hold that eye expression that long. You know, it's like, you know, you don't need to look like that for 2 seconds or 30 seconds. So I trim all these little seconds out, and at the end, it's like, might have been an 8-minute video, and I'm thrilled when I get it down to 7. If I can trim out a minute of just, you know, me looking stupid.
Well, maybe what we need to do, Monika, is create a bloopers video and take all those cuts out and save it. And
no, I could never do that. I have some.
I would love to see your bloopers. I would actually love to see.
The problem is I watch people's bloopers, like Mary Ellen after 60. Her bloopers are funny. They're adorable. My bloopers are, I have like a truck driver mouth.
Mine would be like the X-rated.
Yeah,
you have to
exactly.
Be over 18 in order to watch my bloopers.
And sometimes I'll say it 9 times in a row, you know, and like Jay could be out here in the living room and I'm in the other room and I hear him laughing. And, you know, he says, if people could hear you talking now, but yeah, it's like when my bloopers are full of trash talk, I get mad at myself.
Yeah, me too.
They're X-rated bloopers, Crimson. You'd love them. You could put them in a song.
I could put auto-tune on it. You know, I haven't done that in a while. I should revive my auto-tune machine. I've done it in, like, you know, like my friends with Granny Monster, Jidlid. For Granny Monster, for her birthday, I sang Happy Birthday, the Marilyn Monroe song, but I did it with like auto-tune. I was like, happy birthday to you. It got 7 dislikes, but you know what? She loved it.
Oh, I bet you she did. Did you hear Gail singing today in her live stream?
I caught the last bit of it, but it was amazing. And, you know, I've heard her sing many times because on our Smule, we have Smule together. Yep. And she joins a lot of my songs. And there's a lot of songs I haven't released with her on it. Actually. Oh, wow. Yeah. And she joins on the most random songs. She definitely lives up to her name. Yeah. No, she's got a good voice. I was surprised when I heard her sing the first time. I said, wow. You know, she did fantastic, you know. When I heard her do the one that I did for my 600 sub special, I was blown away. Like right away, I was like, I had to go and edit. Like I was in like editing mode. Like I just went, like I had to stop what I was doing because I was so excited. We finally found a song together that we could like do. You know. Wow. You know, I'll tell you when Random came to visit.
Gonna share anything? Is he going to share any of his beauty secrets with us?
Oh well, the trick is like I've been paying attention to you ladies. And the trick is, for a no foundation look, is to not wear any foundation. You see what I mean?
Less is better in your world, Crims?
It depends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like false advertisement, but however, I like a lady that has makeup that complements their beauty. You know what I mean? Not like, I'm sorry to say, I have to say, like, the splattered whore look. Like, no, I don't like that. We all know those kind of ladies, girls. Yeah. So Crimson, I have to tell you, Crims, in case you're not watching the chat, you are getting some nice shout outs. Crimson Fantasies in the house, says Mary Reed. And Sheila's asking who is Gail, that we keep referring to as Random House Random Life Random Life Productions. And
And she's just a fantastic YouTuber. She does a lot of live streaming, but she also does a lot of what I call localism type videos where she's sharing, you know, where she lives and the different places. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's a perfect way to describe it, localism. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've always used it. You know, in my videos, my early real estate videos, I always called them localism type videos because I'd go to a local area and I would showcase that area for people that might want to move into that area. So, you know, I always thought that was a pretty cool thing. But Angela, there's a number of people. There's Life with Lily, who is actually Sheila, but Life with Lily has a really cool channel, and if you're not connected, you should check her out. She's really a sweetheart, and I'm looking in my comments. And Mary Reed is my everlasting cheerleader. She's like thumbing to everyone to thumbs up the video. I have no idea how many thumbs up I have, but I think we're close to 30.
And Angela asked me a question. I would like to. What I do for a living is I work for my dad. He works for a charity called, like, he owns the charity. It's called Toronto Youth Development. And what they do is they take inner city kids off the streets and we tutor and mentor them and we bring them into a better light. You know what I mean? Like, I've done everything from mentoring. I've coached basketball. Now I'm doing more kind of stuff at home because I'm doing YouTube. So like I'm doing like the data entry and I'm doing like phone calls for my dad. I'm like his assistant pretty much. You know, like he sends me to the printers. He's like, go to the printers and get me a coffee. I'm like, all right.
That's awesome. Nice. Now, I would not have pegged that for your job.
Yeah, well, you know what? I have a jack of all trades, and a lot of people see me and they're just like, yeah, you look like someone that would be like an intense, heavy labor job or something.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking, Monika?
Yeah, I was picturing that. Yeah, I was picturing you carrying a tool belt around your waist.
I've actually done construction. I've done construction, you know, lifting the 2x4s and the drill hammer, jackhammer.
Wow. So Sheila's telling us we got 39 thumbs up. We need one more to hit 40. So Crims, you probably weren't not in the room earlier when Ranalynn talked about her first job, or did you hear her first job?
At the funeral home?
Yes. Okay, you heard it.
Yeah, I saw the video for it. It was. I was blown away. I was like, you would never suspect Ranalynn to work it there. And it was an amazing video. Yeah. Like, it was good that you shared that for sure.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, somebody went back and saw my first Q&A, and I talked about it a little, and they were intrigued, and they became a new subscriber because they stumbled across one of my older videos. And then when I asked for questions on my Saturday morning chat session, she said, can you emphasize a little bit more about your background when you worked in a funeral home? So actually, people want me to do a separate Saturday morning chat session on it, but I think Monika, in the beginning of this live stream, was asking me a couple of questions on what my actual occupation was there. So I was like a jack of all trades in the mortuary.
I could see that. I guess since we're on the topic of weird jobs we've had, I was a movie extra for, you know, a couple of shows in my in Toronto. I was for Degrassi. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Really?
Yeah, I was on the older episodes. I have a couple clips of it on Instagram. I should show you guys. Wow. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was on. I know it was Queer as Folk, but you know, I'm not touching anyone. I'm just talking. It was like a scene, you know what I mean? But yeah. I got money for it. It was great, and they'd let me keep the wardrobe. And there's times where I would go in on set, and they didn't need me that day, and they gave me a full day's pay.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Hey, Crampton.
It was great. It was a good second part-time job. Yeah.
Haley's in the room.
Oh my.
Haley Louise.
Ooh.
She's probably like, what the fleek is Steve doing up here?
Yeah, we got Crimson to come into our little diva chat here tonight, Haley, and he's been a joy to have, and he's been actually very nice. I was a little nervous about bringing him in the room, but Ranalynn was going, yeah, I want Crimson. And I'm thinking, is he going to be bad boy or is he going to be a nice Crimson? He's a nice Crimson.
You know what it is? It's like when you go to a live stream, it's like you're going into somebody's house.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it. And it's like, I'm going to take my shoes off. I'm going to mind my manners. And when I'm allowed to just be able to be myself, I'll be myself. You know?
Yeah.
It's my first time here. I'm not going to be like, but I have many sides to me. You know what I mean? Like everybody at the end of the day.
Oh, I know. You get that, you know, that public persona, so to speak. And then somewhere in there is Steve mixed in with Crimson Fantasy. And, you know, they're kind of like.
Monika, you're really smart. I like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And we see the real one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just got to get to know me.
Yeah. We see the real guy. So that's cool. No, you've been really great. And hey, Haley, yeah, he is. He's very much behaving. And if you haven't thumbs up the video, Haley, give us a thumbs up. We're at 39. We need 40. And we've been going over an hour. And I told Ranalynn I was only going to keep her for an hour. And she hasn't melted yet. She's got a drink. She's all set. She's got her drink. And I think we have 14 people viewing. I'm not sure. So it's down. But yeah. So Ranalynn, Haley says she loves your sunnies.
I know. I said the same thing, Haley.
Those are sexy, sexy sunnies. I need to get myself some sexy glasses. I have old lady glasses.
Do you think Eagle VP would look good on those?
I think he would look adorable in those. We were talking about him earlier too.
Oh yeah? What were you guys saying?
We were saying that we should, what were we going to call this chat tonight? Something the questions that Eagle VP would have wanted to have asked but couldn't. Something to do with his questions, because he had asked me a question. I don't know in whose chat room it was, but he had asked a question and I was like, oh, I'm not going there.
Oh, that was the other day when he was like, his extreme was like to the like 10th degree.
I thought somebody had hacked his ID, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was Keith. I thought it was somebody else.
We all did that night. We were like, okay, what did we just say this morning, Keith? Like, what did you just say to us this morning? Like, we were trying to find ways to figure out if it was Keith or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm lying in bed with me wife.
Yeah. And she must be sleeping because I don't, I mean, it was like, is this really him? Yeah. And Haley's going, hashtag bad boy Keith. We saw bad boy Keith come out. We're seeing hashtag nice guy Steve tonight.
It's kind of like we did role reversal. Like, that like Disney movie Freaky Friday? It's like we did like kind of like a weird kind of flip. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I'm Keith and he's me.
Well, I told Monika that if he wanted to interview me, I would have to give him a list of questions that are pre-approved by me first. So he wouldn't ask me like an off-the-cuff question like, how many guys have you slept with before you were with your fiance or something?
That's so like Ricky Lake or Jerry Springer.
But you know what, Ranalynn? I did a one-on-one with Keith, and he didn't ask. The most risque thing he asked me was about the topless video I did at the beach. That was the most risque.
Monika, you did a top. Explain yourself.
And he found that video, and he asked me about the video because it had something like 8,000 views.
Leave it to Keith to find.
He found it.
Is that the one where you're going to be nude at the beach or something?
Yeah. Yeah. I never said I was going to be nude at the beach, but it was sort of probably more of a bait-click title because it said going topless at Hampton Beach. That's the title of the video, right? So,
clickbait.
And I did, and it was like go topless day at Hampton Beach. And I mean, all these ladies walking around with their boobies hanging out and showing for the whole world. And I talked about the fact that it was go topless day at Hampton Beach and my feelings on it. And I'll tell you, right when I said, and if you're waiting for me to whip it off, and I didn't, it was like, I forgot what the minute mark was on that video. My views dropped off when people figured out I wasn't whipping my top off. Hey. But I mean, yeah. And then I looked at my analytics. Majority of my views were men. And they all dropped off when they realized I was keeping my top on. I said, CJ, sex sells. You mentioned go topless, and I mean 8,000 views in like a matter of a week.
Is that video still up, Monika?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to see this.
It's
me too.
I did it
last July or last August, and it's called Going Topless at Hampton Beach.
Ooh,
and yeah, it's still up, and it even
That is
has
something
it's just me vlogging at the beach and talking about, you know, because it's a family beach, and, you know, talking about, you know, all these women making these statements. And I'll tell you, I'm all for, you know, freedom of speech, but holy cow, if my boobies looked like that, some of them, I would keep them hidden forever. You know, I wouldn't even want my husband to see them if they look like that. It's like unbelievable. So, but anyways, I did not whip my top off. Haley Louise is now, she's laughing. She goes, I know what I'm naming my next video. Holy crap, Monika, said Miss Melissa. Hi, Melissa. I didn't see you pop in the room. Hello. Yeah, we're having, Melissa, just so you know, this guy, Ranalynn, forced him to come in.
Yeah, I twisted his arm.
I'm awkwardly on the stream, guys. Hey, everybody.
So what's Crims is doing is he's talking to us about skincare for men, because I think he's been watching some Mary Ellen After 60 videos, right, Crims? And you heard when Keith, or was it who said that? I think it might have been Gail that talked about skincare for men as well.
Yes.
It's true. Yeah, I said that I use kind of moisturizers sometimes. Yeah.
Yep. And then you said less is more. We were talking skincare, right? Not clothes. And somehow from there, we got to going topless at Hampton Beach.
I just want to add one more thing to that. That's something I want to do. I've never done before, is go to a nude beach. But it's like someone that like you would go with, where it's like you don't have that tension, but it would be cool to go with, and you could see each other naked. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I've been to a few nude beaches, and the first one was actually in Ranalynn's neighborhood in Hawaii. There was and I forgot, it was on Maui, I believe, and there was a black sand beach that I was on a hunt for. And I found it wherever it was. I found the black sand beach, but it was a nude beach. And I remember, like, you know, I was like thinking I had to block Jay's eyes because I didn't want him to be, you know, drooling, I guess. You know, guys, right? So I was trying to control him.
Say something.
What? Yeah.
I didn't peg you as that type, Monika.
That I'd be blocking my husband's eyes?
I've had girlfriends that have done that to me. Like in like commercials and stuff like that.
Oh, Haley says she wants to do
I think if I brought Jim to a nude beach, I mean, I would expect him to look at some of the other women, but you know, I'd probably be checking out some of the guys if they're hot looking. I mean, if you're saying that you're not looking, you're lying. Would
you really look at the guys though? Would you really look at them like
I mean, I would have to have horse blinds on if I'm not looking, right?
Yeah, but would your eyes go down and look, or would you be like?
But the thing is, there's a difference though. Who are they coming home with at the end of the day? That's what you got to say, right? As long as you have that like kind of trust, you can look at it like each other. You can fondle whoever you want together. As long as you have that trust and that foundation at the end of the day, you can do those, and that's where open relationships kind of get conceived, you know?
Yeah. Melissa says her husband loves skincare. So see, Steve, one of the folks, ladies in the chat, her husband loves skincare. So she's taking good care of her hubby's skin.
No, I got it from a friend one time, and you know, he said, like, I said to him, like, you know, this is really, like, what are you doing? Like, why do you have all these skincare products? And then, like, afterwards, I tried it, and I'm like, you actually see a difference. And you see all the gunk come off your face and stuff like that.
It's amazing. I keep saying to Jay that I want him to try some vitamin C from Timeless, because I really think, because his skin is ruddy, you know, and he could probably benefit from that. I think he'd be really good. Mrs. Melissa says, just wear your shades, Monika, and no one will know where you're looking. I'd need to get mirrored shades. Otherwise, people would be able to know where I'd be looking or whatever.
You guys got a plan for everything.
I know, huh?
You got to wear those mirrored ones so your eyes can go roaming up and down and nobody can see where you're looking.
Or those glasses that Vinny G has. Have you seen those like spy glasses he has?
No.
Ooh.
No, he actually has glasses where you can like they're spy glasses. Like
Oh,
legit
really?
Sky. Yeah, and you can like watch it on your computer in like another room or something like that.
Is that
Yeah,
the
I
one that
remember.
will record it? Will
Yeah.
it record wherever you're looking?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No.
Vinny G has an awesome channel. He's very diverse. Yeah.
I like his channel. I think I talked about one of the first videos I ever saw when he was fixing his wife's spike high heels. I was like,
Yes.
whoa, that guy's pretty cool. You know, first I thought he was going to smash those heels. You know, I thought like he was, you know, because his wife was a shoe fetish or whatever. And he ended up fixing the high heel. And I thought, wow, that's pretty awesome. I thought that was really good. So, yeah, Melissa and Haley are going to connect up because they're going to compare skincare. And I think Melissa was talking about some beard oil, or was that Haley? Who was talking about oil for a beard? I'd like to have some of that.
At least, like, I'm looking into getting some beard hair.
Yeah, so I need to know that beard hair because Jay has a beard too. And Steve, what do you have? You have stubbles.
Yeah, I had a huge beard. It was getting a little too long, but usually it grows back within like a week. You know what I mean? So you'll see it grow back like real soon.
Wow. Yeah, you'll have to let me know that beard oil, Melissa. I'd like to know that. That would be pretty cool. So to get Jay to do it. So how are we doing for thumbs up, Mary Reed, my cheerleader? Is everyone thumbing up the video? I think we should have at least 41 now, I would imagine.
I just liked it.
You did? Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Crimson.
No, I thought I did, but you know, like when I came in and stuff, I guess I didn't. But yeah, I liked it. There we go.
Oh, good. Ranalynn, did you like up our video?
Yes.
Okay, so she's good. That's good. So I don't know how many we have. We have one thumbs down, which always happens.
Yeah,
We
there's always
get a
that
thumbs
one
down.
person. I get that all the time on my edits.
Oh, and guess who's out there? Carol from the Carol Show.
Oh, Carol.
Oh, Carol. Guess who's in the room? Can you see Crimson Fantasy, Carol?
Hey.
Hey, Carol. Crimson's in the room with us.
I should do a glitter beard, Haley.
She's doing a ton of thumbs up. I should get her in the room, but she's probably in her jammies too right now. But
Haley, I'll do a glitter beard if you do one first.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Carol's going, oh, Crimson. I just got a text message from my husband. He goes, I'm on my way.
Why does everyone think I'm a bad boy?
Yes, she's going, oh, Crimson. Oh, no, he is Steve the good boy tonight.
Hi, Carol.
Carol's saying hi to you, Ranalynn. So we got Carol in the house. Jay coming home from golf. And Crimson, yeah. I think Crimson, you made our night.
Oh, thank you guys.
Do you have any last questions for me or Monika?
Me?
Yeah, if you were interviewing us.
I would like to know what would you guys want to do if you were to collab? Like who would you want to collab with and what would you want to do? Like what was something that you would always want to do with another YouTuber?
You mean who would be like our dream collab?
Yeah, like a dream collab, and then if so, like what would you guys do together?
Dream collab. What would we do together? Ooh, Ranalynn, are you ready for that one? You asked the question.
Oh, let's see. So it can be with anybody?
Anybody. Even like a famous YouTuber or, like...
Yeah, I mean, I follow Tati, but I know that she's been getting a lot of backlash lately because she just had Jeffree Star. She just had Laura Lee on her channel. And I know that there's a lot of other, I want to say, what is the Spill the Tea channel that are just picking up on all of that. And, it's her channel. She can go ahead and do what she wants to go ahead and do. But I remember doing a Q&A a couple of months ago where somebody asked me if I could pick a YouTuber to go ahead and do my makeup, who would it be? And I said Tati Westbrook. Because I think that, she puts out content. I mean, she puts out 5 videos a week. I don't know how that girl even has a personal life to put out 5 great edited videos a week, but I would love doing it because she flies down. I think her husband, James, after the mom passed away, I think they still have a house in Maui. I would love to fly down to Maui and, you know, maybe hook up with Tati, and, you know, we can vlog and hang out at Sephora, and, you know, maybe do it like a little collab together or something like that, or, you know, just hang out with her.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have to be for PR or putting it on my channel or her channel or whatever. I mean, if she did a meet and greet in Hawaii, I would be there. You know,
Wow.
I think she's a pretty good YouTuber. I really trust her judgment. I mean, I stay out of the drama with this whole Jeffree Star, you know, Laura Lee, or she wasn't invited to the Kim Kardashian launching of her product and everything. I just stay out of the YouTube drama kind of thing. I normally don't comment. I'll just give her a thumbs up and a view kind of thing. But, you know, she's a self-made, you know, working person on YouTube, and she did it all by herself. So I have to give her, you know, kudos for that. You know, and she loves doing what she does. You can see it in her videos, the passion that she has.
Yeah,
I love it when she's reviewing a product, and then she does a vlog after that, like she'll do check-ins and stuff. So I feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds from her.
Yeah.
I'm getting a beauty review, and then she jumps into the car with James, and then she'll do 1 or 2 check-ins and stuff. So if she was ever in Hawaii, Tati, if you're listening, just letting you know.
I tell you, I like James. I think he's
me.
adorable. James is adorable. So in our chat room, we have Bella. Bella, Beauty on a Budget, showed up. And I see Maria. Maria, she's here. Hello, Maria and Bella. And did I miss anyone else popping in? I said Carol.
Hey,
Mary Reed has been busy monitoring the chat all night. I don't think she's had to exercise her wrench, and so has Sheila. So I so appreciate my ladies with the wrench, because it you know, makes us feel better, because I know we can't.
I have a question for
watch
Monika.
it.
Have you ever had to exercise the wrench, like on a live stream?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I had to the other night, actually. Like, it was really bad. I had to like make so many mods because there was like swarms of them all coming in and saying bad words.
I think at one point, at certain time at night, all of a sudden you just get everyone from YouTube coming in, and then they just want to, you know, create a havoc. But I've only had to do it once, and I know in one of the streams last week, Mandy had to kick someone out who was actually someone we all know had to be kicked out because he was inappropriate with me, and she ended up booting someone's butt out. So. But overall, I think most people are really nice. So I just want to say, all my wrenches, you guys, I absolutely adore you. I always feel great when I see you popping in. I know you have the wrench, and I know you're gonna keep our back, and that makes live streaming so much easier.
Mods are awesome. You guys do an awesome job. Yeah.
Thank you. So Crims, I want to turn the table on you, Crims, and ask you that question. So if you could do a collab with any YouTuber, you know, who would it be? Who would be your dream collab?
Haley.
Haley. That would be his dream. I want to meet in real life. I think.
Haley.
He doesn't know what to say now. Crimson.
I don't know what to say. No, but there's so many to mention, because like I'm not doing a cop-out answer, but it's like I adore a lot of YouTubers. Like, I live and breathe YouTube. So it's like I would ideally like, because I've worked with a lot of singers, you know, I would like to work with like another rapper, like meet someone that like knows how to rap.
Yeah.
And like maybe do like, you know, a song with another rapper and a singer, or you know what I mean? I've never actually done that. Or I'd like to do something with like acting, or, you know, maybe do something out of the box if someone has an idea. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool.
You know, like I'll do a facial. I don't care. I'm secure with myself.
You would do a facial? You'd come on and do a facial alive?
Yeah, I would.
Cool.
It's just putting stuff on her face, guys. It's not a big deal. It's
Ranalynn
not the facial you guys think.
Crimson is gonna do a facial. Okay, got it.
Ranalynn is taking a note on that, because she's going to be planning her live. And I'm getting Maria. You can be a wrench, and if you pop into my next live.
Like, what ingredients do you need for a facial?
Well, I think you can. I usually masks. I usually do just like really deep cleansing and stuff like that. I've never really gone and had, believe it or not, a professional facial. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's something I got to do.
That'd be awesome if like you guys could like if we could all do like a collab together and we go to like a mud bath and we're all like sitting here like that's like in our mud bath.
Mud bath.
Now,
like, that would be an awesome interview.
So Steve, I have to tell you, your reputation is ruined because Mary Reed's saying, "I told you he's a sweetheart."
You know what? There's a difference. There's Crims and then there's Steve. You know what I mean? Crims is kind of like the more raw, unedited. It's kind of my inner thought. I take a lot of song covers and like what I'm going through at the time. I kind of incorporate it. So it's like you see, it's kind of a vlog. Vlogging.
Are you gonna do
Party mud bath.
vlogging?
I've dabbled with vlogging. Like I did a couple videos of my neighborhood, but what I really want to do next is I want to take the GO train to Toronto and do kind of like a shot of like going into Toronto with like the train and like, you know, seeing the CN Tower and like all the sights, you know what I mean? Like spend a whole day in Toronto. That would be fun. You know, like charge up my battery, make sure I have a lot of space on my phone and just go nuts. That would be like a fun day for me.
Or maybe what we need to do and make it a goal setting for us is that like maybe within 2 years or 3 years, we all find a certain point where we can all meet. And wouldn't that be cool if we all hung out together and we can all vlog or, you know?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
That would be awesome, you know.
That would be awesome. Hey, we have 48 thumbs up out there. 48. Can we get a few more thumbs up before we close this? We need 50.
We can.
48 thumbs up. Who hasn't given us a thumbs up? Thumbs up, Mary says. So she's awesome. Haley's still out there, I think. I just saw her. Yeah, Haley's out there somewhere. Carol's still out there. And I think Angela, 48. Yep, that is totally cool. I think Melissa is still out there. And Maria, are you still in the room?
Thanks to everyone that's still here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're down to, well, we have 14 viewers, but yeah, pool party mud collab. Who's in? Melissa said she's going to organize that. Can you
Doesn't
imagine?
that sound good? We'll get some nice drinks, you know. We'll get some fruity drinks, hard drinks, whatever you want. You know, if you guys want some water, there's there. You know, you don't have to drink.
That'd be awesome.
So is it a full mud bath or just a facial mud bath?
You know what? The way I am as a person, it's like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go. Sorry, excuse my term, but balls deep. You know what I mean? Like, I have to.
I don't mind that term. It's a term that we've used here. Believe it or not.
Like I'm not gonna drop any other like bad. You know, like I'm afraid to do that, Monika. You have a great channel. I don't want to like. Come on here and be like F this and F that. And
I don't want you to do that either. No.
That's not me. That's not me.
That's right. And I want the people that are going to watch this in the playback to go, hey, that Crimson guy, he's a pretty cool dude. He went in there with these two ladies and he hung right with them. And, you know, I think we're having a great time. So
I'm having a great time with you two ladies. Like I'm right in the middle with you ladies, you know?
You are the thorn between two roses.
Exactly.
Ooh.
He's our thorn tonight, but he's not a sharp thorn. It's a
painful thorn, but a good pain.
Well, Maria says she has plenty of mud there, lots of rain, but she has no pool. So we're going to have to figure out where we're going to have this pool party. Angela says all is okay too, Crimson. And kudos to Crim, says Carol.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, he's blushing, I think. I can't really tell, but it looks like you're blushing. I'm going to say you're blushing because that sounds cool. I like it when a guy blushes.
I blush all the time, actually. They always say I go red.
You what?
They always say, like Granny Monster and Jidlid, they always say that I go like red and stuff whenever I go live. You know, so I blush all the time, actually.
Oh, so you're not blushing for our benefit.
No, I was actually. It's just the lighting right now. I had to set it up better.
Yeah, you need to get a diva light. You do. You need a ring light. Seriously.
I have pot lights, right? But it'd be like shining on me like so much, right? I put on the ones in the back. I only have like a couple on. But if I put them on full blast, I'd be like a ghost. Like you wouldn't be able to see me.
Oh my. Yeah. Wow. I'm so happy. So now tell me this. We now connected on Hangouts, you and I, Crimson, or not?
I'm hoping that the picture that I clicked Monika McGillicuddy because I saw you were like in a group chat with like Random Life. Yeah. And I saw your picture and then I sent you the invite and it said that like the little mail thing, it said it was open. So I'm gathering maybe whoever got that opened it, but let's hope it was you.
Yeah, I do have a couple of. Well, if it was in the chat with Random, you probably have the right one. I'm wearing like a light greenish blue top, and then I have a work one where I'm wearing a dark blue top.
Oh, then it was the wrong person.
No, it would still be me. It would just be my work ID as opposed to this ID.
Well, like the shot of your face, right? It was like a close-up. Like it was a real like close-up of your face.
Could be. I'd have to go check. But when we hang this up, I will go into my Google Hangouts and try to see if we can connect up the right way. Because you came in via the link I posted, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so I sent 2 invites to a Crimson Fantasy, and it didn't look like you in the picture. It was actually kind of a scary looking picture, but
what was the picture?
It's like some guy with a dark beard, and you just kind of like if I was walking alone, I would be afraid to walk by that person. I'd be like, oh, I think I'm gonna go the other way. Yeah,
I get that all the time. I get that all the time, actually.
Oh, really?
A lot of people are, like when they meet me, they get a misconception of me. They look at me like, oh, this guy's like a douchebag. This guy will cheat on you. This guy will beat you. But no, I'm a very, very nice guy.
Well, we have a couple of comments out there. Angela's saying, yes, Diva Steve.
Diva Steve.
I kind of like that. And Carol is going, Carol's going, yes, Crims, you need more light if you want to hang with the ladies. Bella is laughing. We've got to get Steve lit up so he can have a diva light.
Next time I come on, if you guys have me on again, I'll have radiant light shining up on my face.
No, I'm going to take you up on that.
I will. And Ranalynn, I want to get your contacts too. I don't have you on Hangouts either.
Yeah, just look for me. I'm in there. I'm registered.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I think this has been super fun. I don't know how long we've been going, but do we have 50 thumbs up or not? I can't remember. What do we have?
Let me check right now.
Oh, Melissa says you need a disco ball, Steve.
I had one when I was a kid. I had like those like fluorescent lights and like disco balls. I love those. Yeah.
Melissa's right.
I had a lava lamp too. I really loved lava lamps. I was fascinated with those as a kid.
And we should have a disco live stream.
52. Yes, a disco live stream. Oh, can you imagine some of the I think I still have my platform shoes and a few others. I think I still have my A&W root beer car hop outfit, although I couldn't squeeze my body into it today.
Oh, we are at 52 likes. 52 likes.
Awesome. 52 likes. Thank you all so much. I think we've been going 2 hours. Holy mackerel. So I think Steve, I'm going to call him Steve right now, although I'll go back to calling you Crims because I like the way I spell Crims with the Z at the end instead of the S. But Steve,
you're one of the few people that actually put the Z. So I appreciate it.
That's how I would say Crims to me instead of with the S. But
yeah.
I just want to thank you for coming in. I think this has been cool.
Wearing a red tank top?
No, actually, I'm wearing a shirt. It's like a lady.
Can you stand up and model your shirt for us?
Sure.
Na 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 na.
It's going to be too dark in there. We're not going to be able to see him model the shirt.
Like, boom, chicka, wow,
Let me
wow.
turn on the lights. I'll turn on the lights. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. You can make Ranalynn happy, and so we can see what you look like in your shirt.
Come on, Crimson.
Blame it on Ranalynn.
Show us your shirt. We're only asking for the shirt.
I'll tell you, you know who's going to be angry tomorrow? Oh, it's orange.
Oh, Haley?
It's orange.
That's my shirt.
What is that?
And with like stripes behind her.
Ah.
She's like posing.
Oh, wow. Cool shirt.
Ooh,
and it's orange, not red.
Yeah.
We are mad in the US. We are mad us UK chicks. No, you know who's going to be mad tomorrow that she missed all this excitement?
Gail?
Who?
Gail. She had to drop off early because the chat all night long was misbehaving. Half the people couldn't see the chat. YouTube was having a big fart tonight. It was just a fart.
A big YouTube fart.
That's what it was. I mean, my understanding is many other live streams tonight had the same issue. And when YouTube decides it's going to stink up, it's going to stink up. No pun intended, I guess, but that's what I'm calling it.
A domino effect of stink.
Hey, so now you look better. I can see you better with the light.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this what a diva light is like?
Yeah. See, we can see you. So we're going to have to work on getting Steve a diva light when he comes into our chat rooms. Yep. So Carol Show, you have to come in. And oh my God, holy cow, Steve is a white boy. She's cracking up. Carol, you have to come in one night with Steve and us. We'll have to get us all in together. Crimson Fantasy and Ranalynn rocked the house. They absolutely did rock the house. So yeah, I agree. Mary Reed. And you always rock the thumbs up on all of the videos. And it's almost 2 a.m. in the UK.
Oh, wow.
Steve, you're in Canada, right?
Yeah, I'm in Canada.
Toronto?
Yep.
Okay,
it's 8:57 for me.
Yeah, you have the same time zone. I thought that's where you were from. And I have no idea. I think for Ranalynn, is it like in the afternoon still, right?
Where are you from, Monika?
2:57 p.m. in Hawaii.
What time is it in Hawaii?
2:57 in the afternoon.
Ah, okay. Yeah. No, for me, it's 8:57 right now, p.m. So.
Whereabouts are you, Monika?
I'm in New Hampshire, USA.
Oh, I know that area.
Yeah.
I know, like, on the map. Like, I'm not saying I know your like area.
Yeah, I live in the southeastern end of the state near the coast.
Okay.
So yeah, nice area to live in. I like it. I do. I like it. Thank you, Mary. She says thanks, thumbs up for all of us. And Bella, we're gonna have to just do a huge, I think, chat night. We'll take turns on channels, and we'll have Steve is gonna be our Steve. Steve is gonna be our token diva. He's gonna come in and be
I'm gonna be the male diva. He's going to be the thorn between all us roses, and he's going to let us do his masking and all that stuff. It'll be fun. Remember, it's a good pain. It's a good pain.
It's a good pain. So anyways, I think we have 10 viewers. So yeah, I'm going to wind down. It's 2 hours we've been going, and it's been a fun night. I think what do you think, Ranalynn? How's this experience been for you?
I think she's frozen.
Oh, Ranalynn is frozen. See what happens when YouTube has its like farty moments? So how are you feeling about coming in between us two divas and in the sense of a woman chit-chat tonight, Steve?
You know what? I had my apprehensive thoughts at first, but then you know what? I was like, why not? And I did it. And I had a good time.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you had a good time. I'm so glad you came in. It was like a ton of fun. And Melissa, I've got to get you connected so we can do a chat. And actually, you and I have a collab we were going to do too. And Bella, So yeah, and Haley and we've got I mean, everyone out in my chat room, Maria, all of you guys were just awesome. Maria is saying, Steve, that she was born in Toronto.
Oh, nice.
So she's from the same area.
Gotta love
I think
local Toronto people.
I think we lost Ranalynn. I see just her picture. but anyway,
it's like I'm going to. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say it's like one of those pictures that the eyes follow you where you go.
Yeah, you want me to go back into my room so I can be sitting under that Barbie that you like so much? Was it you that talked about the Barbie's eyes, or was that somebody else in that chat?
I think it may have been me. I'm not sure. Yeah,
because it could also have been Barry, Blog on the Bog. And one of the early chats that I was first on was sitting in my chair, and I thought it was you you were talking about the Barbie behind me. Her eyes were moving. You don't remember?
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Yes.
I think it was you. I think it was you.
Because I always talk about those pictures. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think Ranalynn is either gone or frozen. But yeah, so I'm going to shut it down. We have 12 people. I want to thank Steve, my buddy Crims with a Z, for being such an awesome, good sport and jumping in between Ranalynn and myself tonight for our little, I'm going to have to rename it, chit chat. So I'm going to link his channel in my description box when this video goes live. I already have Ranalynn in there, but I'm going to link Steve's Crimson Fantasies channel. And yeah, and I'm going to put him in my title. So it's been awesome. Thank you to all my wrenches out there.
You guys did an awesome job. Yep.
They did an awesome job. I never had to worry. Ranalynn said, sorry, guys, no internet. There's a windstorm going on. So she just popped in the chat. And everyone else that stopped by, Maria, Carol, Melissa, Mary, Reed, Angela, all of these awesome ladies that spent the night with us. So thank you all so much. And
definitely.
I'm going to shut us off. Do you have any parting words, Steve?
No, it was a
no
pleasure.
Words of wisdom?
You can't help somebody that can't help themselves. I don't know. That's the first thing.
That sounds good. There's always a first time for everything, and this was a first for us tonight. So this was, I hope, the first of many. You're an awesome guest, and
yeah, I would love to come back. Yeah,
I would have no fears bringing you in my room again or visiting yours.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're welcome to come anytime.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to shut us down, and thank you to everyone in the chat. I think we did a great job, and for a chit chat with Crims in the house, aka Steve. I think it was an awesome night. So bye, guys. Thank you so much. See you later. See you on the flip side.